Okay, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, partsbreakers.com, 303-666-9020. I'm hoping you can hear me over the wash. We usually don't have two people, but my wife's back to work after maternity leave, so really excited to have her back. Hopefully we'll kind of be able to revamp the business and get it back more organized, and she's kind of the heart of that. So anyway, 97 to 02, I just washed it. It's got already, like somebody got a little mud on it already. We measure, we scope every frame we get, regardless of how clean it is, and we buy almost all of our TJs come in unwrecked. We rarely buy them wrecked. Plus we get smoking deals on them, and we don't ever buy them out of the Midwest or East Coast ever, because they're always rusty, and we go after more parts than just hard tops. A lot of yards go after the big stuff and crush everything else. We're just not like that. We literally part this stuff out to the nuts and bolts. So 7 acres, high mountain desert, Colorado. Colorado doesn't use salt on the roads, but a lot of our inventory does come out of Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and parts of California. You still got to be careful with coastal areas. So, okay. So it's a 6-cylinder frame. It can be used on a 4-cylinder by moving the motor mounts. Otherwise, the frames are the same. But this is a 4.0 6-cylinder frame, and it's specifically a 9702. Yes, it can be used on an 03 to 06. I happen to have one of those frames as well right now over there for an 03 to 06. So 6-cylinder. So I would say if we have what you need, just get the one you need. If we don't, then I can easily go over how you make that work. There's no welding, cutting, grinding. It all bolts on, but you do need an extra couple pieces when you use them on the later use. So without further ado, let's get through it, walk through it, just so you can see it if you're here in person. I'm going to show you pretty much everything. All the paint you see on this thing is all original factory paint from 30 years or whatever ago, which is pretty cool. I always really like to show that in our how clean our frames are. And then the other thing is, if there's anything, broken bolts, anything like that, I'll point that out. Actually, on this one, I think this one is about as perfect as you're going to find, including almost virtually no broken bolts. There is one right there, which is a bumper bolt mount. So there's enough of it there. You can heat it up. We can usually do it, but I usually don't mess with it. I just let people know, and little stuff like that, usually people are okay with it, as long as there's not a ton of them to have to mess with. If you're going to be putting an aftermarket bumper on it or something other than factory anyway, you likely won't use those, because they usually utilize the different bolt holes for those. But nonetheless, and if you want us to mess with it, like I said, I could probably have Jerry center punch that and get it, pull it out. Okay? But anyway, let's just go through it. Like I said, I'll flip it over here in a second, show you the bottom side. All the mounts for the frame, tub mounts, are in perfect shape. They're not wallowed out. A lot of times they'll trap rust up in those and beat them up. So I always tell people there's 10 mounts, so we got, and that's on, actually there's a total of 11 on a frame. There's 10 on a tub, and then the front clip has the 11th one. So all the holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? This rear subframe cross support is excellent shape, straight, rust-free. And then this area here, almost always, even on clean frames, gets at least oxidized, if not a little bit of surface, and that one is immaculate. So are the coil buckets. Those are almost perfect, if not perfect. They're beautiful, and more importantly, the bottom where that plate and your spacers go is perfect as well. So, and like I said before, we scope all our frames. You never know. So just extra assurance, this thing is clean, not only on the outside, but the inside as well. All right. So you get a little bit of oxidation where the paint's worn off in a little bit of areas, but overall, still excellent, excellent shape. And our hot seat just started working, so otherwise this should come off. It's just a little bit of, and it's not even through the paint, it's just all surface stuff that our hot seat wasn't working when we were using it earlier, so needed some diesel, but we got that up and going. Anyway, all right, so that's that guy. Let me flip it over. I'm gonna pause it real quick. These new iPhones allow you to pause the video, so cool. All right, back with you here. So now we're flipped over, upside down. So again, cross support. You can't really see these when this is on the Jeep. This area loves the rust, and it's beautiful. Not only that, but the shock mounts, so there are 2 holes there, 2 holes there. Out of all the stuff that breaks on a frame when you go to replace shocks, those are usually it. There's something called a T-bar eliminator you can buy. Although these are perfect and not broken off, I still recommend doing that, because those are just waiting to break. And Again, you can pull them, but it's just difficult to get to that access point when you're doing common maintenance, like replacing shocks. So just keep that in mind, okay? But the bolt holes back for your rear bumper, your frame mounts, your coil buckets, okay, control arms, all your bolt holes for your cross member, your center section, or otherwise known as a skid plate. All the holes are beautiful, threads are great, okay? That guy's got a little ding there on it, probably for moving around the yard, but we'll make sure we get that one. We have a tool we use to get that straight. A lot of people just go willy-nilly and start pounding on shit, and you're just asking to crack shit. So, you know, if you're doing that yourself and stuff like that, if nothing else, heat it up. Sometimes the control arms get where they just get seized in there and they're hard to get out, and the guys will kind of wiggle them back and forth, kind of bend the nipples on them, so, or the tits on them, whatever you want to call it, but just the horn on it, okay? Probably better terminology than the ones I use, but shit I grew up with. So now I'll have to make sure YouTube. I always have to, anything, I don't try to cuss in my videos, but you know, little things slip out. And it's kind of funny because when you go to YouTube and you put stuff up, it's got cuss words in it, which is understandable. I don't want my 4-year-old listening to, you know, some guy with a mouth on him. So, but it just makes me, and if I don't do it, then it comes back and deletes the video later. So I'll just have to make sure I do that here. But I'll try to keep that stuff to a minimal. And anyway, so coil spring buckets, shock towers, your mounts, everything on this guy is absolutely beautiful. There's your last 3 holes there. Normally my videos are like 12, 13 minutes long, but when they're so clean, it's easy to make a nice short video. So there's just nothing else to see on it. So, okay. So we do have a big load coming up end of this month. It's either the last week in May or the first week in June. And it kind of depends on how fast we can fill. Now, if we fill next week, we'll leave next week, okay? So I say that with a little bit of uncertainty on, there's a potential it could go faster. We've sold 5 tub spots on this load, okay? And as you can see, that's how they get loaded and the frames come on the back. This trailer's actually, it's a simple trailer, but it was made for this reason. So we can put them up safely on their sides there, and they hold well as far as the tubs go, and then the frames go on the back and we can stack those high. I have plenty of room for frames, but I don't have a lot of frames right now, and that's the way it's been the past couple of years. Unfortunately, these frames are getting just about impossible to find, just these Jeeps in general, that 6-cylinder 9702, or even the 03 to 06 6-cylinder. The 4-cylinders 9702 are rare as well. The 4-cylinder 03 to 06, not as rare, and I think that's just because those don't typically last as long as far as the motors. So people are constantly selling those ones or selling them to yards. You do see a lot more of the 03 to 06 2.4s. And once again, they're basically the same frame, but they did change a couple of the locations for things, and then of course the 6-cylinder and the 4-cylinder mounts are positioned different. So, all right, that's it. 303-666-9020. That tub is sold. She's washing right now. But I have that tub, which is a TJ tub, early, 9701. That's a split on those. The yellow tub is sold, and then I think there might be one more TJ tub on the front of that. It might be a YJ too, but anyway, we have only a couple TJ, good solid TJ tubs left. That one's junk. That one's actually been flipped on its head. It was a Rubicon, and we bought that thing ages ago. It's got beautiful torque pockets on it, which is about the only thing if we ever cut a tub, is what we're cutting on them, is those out of them. And then that thing is scrapped because it's so, and that's the problem when they're rolled. And I would highly advise not buying a Jeep that's rolled unless you're just going to go out and roll it again or wheeling it hard. Because we had a guy in here recently, we sold a hardtop to, and a set of doors. It was just last week. I went to put it, we always do free installs and that stuff. Went to put just simple old install and could not get this thing to line, pulled this windshield frame, and literally just bought this Jeep a few months ago, and it literally had been rolled and just absolutely mangled in that area. So it's hard to get them straight. It's hard to get tops on them when they get rolled like that. So just give us a call. We can point you in the right direction if you want a nice solid tub or any other parts. Now, one last thing on the frame. If your frame is bad or you're looking to replace the frame, you're probably going to need a couple other things. There's a couple things that we really do well out here. Well, we do a lot of things well, but there's a couple things that you might want to consider, and it doesn't increase the shipping costs, whether I do it or the freight guys do it or our hotshot team does it, which is the cross member and the rear gas tank skid. There's several other parts as well, front clips, but those parts, specifically front clips, cross members, gas tank skids, are really easy to ship alongside this frame and don't cost any extra to ship. The tub adds a little bit, but still saves you some money if you buy both of them. So something to consider if you do need a tub. If you don't need a tub, then you're fortunate, because a lot of times when your frame's bad, the tub is bad, or vice versa. You're looking for a tub, sometimes, a lot of times the frame's bad. So, but I've seen it not. I've seen them salvageable. Anyway, okay. Again, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. We need to rotate that one? Oh, I didn't even think of that. I thought we already did it. All right, guys. See ya.